All right, since I know everyone here is going to be following along and paying attention, so let's see if you guys are ready for this. So, class.
Yes.
Hey, remember, you're pretending like you want to be here. So you have to say enthusiastically. When I say class, you say yes. Class.
Yes.
Kevin. Yes, not yeah. No, it's not. No. Anyway. So we're going to start this off. So before you guys get too far into this, I'm going to fix a bad habit you already have. File. Go to save. Go to save. Hit save. This is actually going to be called light switch cover. Followed by your name. Your full name. Okay, unless your full name has too many characters and it doesn't like it. No, she's got to make her own.
Okay.
Yeah, she has to make her own. It's going to be custom. I'm actually printing this.
Okay.
There you go. All right, so she's watching along and following along with what we're doing. So, a lot of people are actually messing up the assignment, like actually your file name. It goes whatever the assignment is, followed by your full name. Okay, when you turn stuff in, it has to go by that. Now, next thing, I'm going to go with create sketch. There we go. So we're starting out there. Now, this is going to be using one of the things that you don't often use. We're going to go create rectangle. And I'm going to do a center rectangle. So center rectangle. I'm going to hit right here at the origin. And looking at this right here, what do I notice about my units? They're in millimeters. For this project, we're going to need to change that. So I'm going to hit escape because my default is normally millimeters. So I'm going to hit escape. Right here in the upper left, right here where it says units, hit the little paper and the pencil thing on that, change. I want it inches and ounces. Hit OK. And now we're going to go back and actually do it again. So it is create rectangle, center rectangle, starting from the origin. Now, if you notice, when I do this, it gives me boxes. And the little boxes are telling me my measurement. And we're going to enter the measurement instead of actually trying to use our mouse. Because I want it to be precise. So I want this one right here to be, so up and down is going to be 2.8. Hit tab. It will cycle you over to the left and right. And that one's going to be 4.55. Supposed to be every Monday. Then we do it last week. Okay, there is a video. So same for you? Yeah. All right. Next thing. So this is going to be your standard light switch cover. Standard light switch cover in most houses have the rocker covers. That's the ones where you just like the up and down and they toggle up and down. Now I have one which I'm going to be doing here for myself. I went and got the light switch cover off the light switch, which is the standard, like the old school one. So at your house, because you're going to get a 3D print for this, you're going to modify yours to actually fit correctly. And I'll help you, but we're going to do the rocker one first. Do you guys, anyone actually have the regular light switch or the regular little doohickey that sticks out? Yeah. You have that? Anyone else? No? Yes? Yes? Okay, so yeah, we'll get to that here in a minute. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this one here. Or the regular light switch cover, the rocker one. So from there, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do another rectangle on the inside. So let's do the create rectangle, center rectangle. Start it from the center. And so it's going to be 1.3 in the up and down. Tab 2.65. Hit enter. And it locks that in. All right. Next thing we're going to do, finish sketch. Kevin, I don't think your center one is the right size. Huh? The center is actually supposed to be. What did I say the center was? Okay, remember what I said? I know it's a default response, but I don't like it. So 1.3 up and down. So I could actually go like this. So $1.3 and $2.65. You got those? Okay. All right, so we finished sketch. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this outer part here. So if you notice, it highlights only the outer, not the inside. And I'm going to go over here where it says extrude. And in this case right here, I'm going to extrude one side a distance of 0.15. And since I don't have multiple bodies, this is just going to be part of my first body, my new body. All right, so all I did is I gave it some depth. So next thing we go, right here. I lost my notes for this. So I have to go back over my previous video to get it. 0.38. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go create. And when you create, don't put create here, because that means that it's going to go on the background here. I don't want it on the background. I want it on the surface. So when you're selecting what you're creating, you need to select it where it's going to go. So I want it on this surface here. Bam. So I created on this surface, and I'm going to start by doing a line. And I'm going to go from right here. So if you notice, see that little triangle with the X right there? That's telling me it's locking in on the midpoint of that line. So on the middle of the line, it likes going to those places. So the program automatically sets. So if you're looking for the middle of a line, you could just hover over it and it will actually pop up and show you that's going to be the middle. I'm going to start there, and I'm going to go over this way to the right, 0.38. And hit enter. And the next thing we're going to do, so if you guys have this, like on my light switch covers, it has a little place where you put a screw hole, and that's what we're going to do next. We're going to add the screw hole. And so let's go ahead. So at this point right here, click on that point. That's why we measured it out. I'm going to right click, and it's going to give me the option for hole. Right click on that spot, and it's going to give you an option for hole. So please right click on that spot. Not that spot. The 0.38. Yes. There we go. Now, it's going to give you the option for the types of holes. So I want a hole type that's going to be beveled. I want a hole to go all the way through. And so what we have here is I want this. You notice the hole is way too big right here. So this is going to be 0.24. This one right here, 82 degrees is fine. And this one right here is going to be 0.22. And if you notice that other thing, the 0.6 inch in depth, that doesn't matter. It's going all the way through, so it's really not going to affect it too much. So as long as it goes all the way through, you don't have to worry about that extending too far. I'm going to hit OK. There we go. So if you notice, if you look close inside here, I have a nice little bevel as it goes in, so it helps seat the screw as it goes in. There we go. All right, now we're going to do the other side, which is going to be the same. Go back to my top. And if you're using the mouse, it's a scroll wheel, goes in and out. That actually helps out a lot when you're moving around. So create on the surface. And it always takes me back to the origin. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, on the surface, my line, this line is going to help me get set up to where I need to put my hole. So I go here, and again, same thing, which is going to be in this direction, 0.38. Kevin, you forgot to extrude. On the outside, click the outside, finish. Close that. You can't do the hole right now. Click on, yes, that right there. Click it. Now, and finish sketch first. Now click that. And that one's yeah, you're still in. You're the one who needs to change that. Yep. That's what I'm wondering. Like, zone out for a second. Yep. This is your first print. This is your first print. So that's probably half of your machine. So now, because I did this is my first thing. So I'm going to start doing it. So. What was the height of the rectangle? Was it 2.8? Maybe 2.8. And what was the length? Huh? Yeah, 3 something. It was 3 point. Can anyone remember what that one was? It was 3 point. No, it's 4.55. There. So now, see how it works. And so again, rectangle, center, here. Inside. 1.3 and 2.65. So now we're going to point it. So now you're creating. Right there. That's where you're at. That's where we're working on this one. So you can go. We'll understand. All right. So again, I'm going to do the hole. And it should be set to the previous setting that you previously did for the other hole. And it should be 0.24 and 0.22. There we go. I'm going to hit OK. There we go. And now, next thing we do is going to be part of our customization. So right now, we almost have a light switch cover. Do your light switch covers normally look like that? No. What do they normally do? There's something different that we could change about this. See how boxy it is? So we're going to change that. We're going to go through and bevel these edges. So in this but it's actually called fillet. It's the fillet option here. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to go and I'm going to, let's see, fillet. And I'm going to go and I'm going to select the lines that I'm going to fillet. So this line right here, I don't want to do the whole surface. I just want the line. Hit that line. Select the next line. That line. That line. So it's going to be all four on the face right here. And I'm going to change the fillet to 0.1. Now, you see what happened as I did a 0.1? It gives a nice smooth round over right there. Nice edge to go along with it. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. So now you have a light switch cover. Now at this point, it's time to do some customization. Customization. So I am going to add a create sketch. I want it on the surface, so make sure you select the front. Go to create, and down here, I'm going to go down to where it says text. And there we go. So I have sample text in there, and then it's going to bring up my text options. Here, let me move this over. Bring up my text options. And my sample text is going to be what I put in here. And if you look closely, it has to be between those two quotations or whatever they are. So I'm going to go and I'm going to change it. I'm going to do a center, align it center, and align center mode here. So it's going to be not just aligned left and right center, but up and down center. Let's change the text. I don't want that text. I want, there we go, something like that. If you do a text that's too thin, it doesn't work out very well. It doesn't print very well. So I'm going to do here. And there's a bunch of different texts you could actually choose. But the more you go through, the more that it is going to complicate things a little bit depending on where is the one that I want. No, I don't like comic. What I want is, where's my, come on, STT, there it is, Times New Roman. Times New Roman. Now, if you notice, when I put it here, I'm going to have a space between, because right here, this is where the switch goes, and this is the edge here. So I can make my text a little bit bigger. So let's say if I do, instead of that height, I do 0.4. So it made it taller. I made it bolder. And if you want to have something custom on the top and the bottom, you can. And I'll go OK here. Now I'm going to create another text box. There we go. Sample text. There you go. Room 211. There we go. Same thing. Alignment here. Hit OK. Now this next part is going to be super important. If you notice, they're still selecting in blue. Since they're highlighted in blue, that means that's what I'm going to be selecting. I'm going to right click, press pull. That's going to be this thing right here. That's going to be the extrude. And let's say I'm going to pull that one up. Let's say 0.1. And I'm going to join. I'm going to have to do the same thing here. If you notice, I now have two things selected. I have both items. And you could change your view so you can see how much it's popping up. So it's popping way up here. So that is going to stick out a lot. Let's go a little bit less, 0.05. Okay, that one comes up also. Now, if you're worried about it sticking up too much, or you have different different font that you like, what you could do is change it to a negative. Now, what do you think a negative number is going to do? Yeah, so it's going to cut into it. So if I'm looking at the side here, it's cutting down into it. So my text, if it's standing up or sitting down in, either way, you know, it's going to work out. But if you want to have some like different text, it is kind of difficult to have if it's popping up. If it's really thin and it pops up, it's going to break. So if you have something like that, you know, try to change your text, and you could do insert instead. So I'm going to leave this one as an insert, and it says right here as a negative. I'm cutting in. Hit OK. There we go. And from there, guess what? Hit save. And I'm going to turn it in. Now watch this. This is important, especially when you're turning it in. So this is going to be this assignment. It's going to go export. And you normally export your homework as F3D, but we're actually printing today. So that's going to change it to STL. So you're going to submit assignment that says with an STL. So you can go ahead and customize it. I'm not going to make this due until Friday. So if you want to actually think about how you want to do it, you can. Or if you're one of those people who actually have the different light switch, I'll go over it with you next. All right.
This one's for which type of
The rocker, the big fat rocker. You know, like, and so yeah, the one with the big wide thing on it. Yeah, that's for this. If you have the older one, the like these ones here, I'm gonna go over this one next. So create new.
Mister, what do we do with this one that we just created?
Okay, that's the same steps, but you just did the whole thing, right? So the only thing that you're gonna change is the centerpiece.
So like the inner.
So these right here, these stay. Okay, so those stay at the same spot, but actually I don't think it does stay at the same spot. I'll check it real quick. I have my caliper. Caliper. There it is. Okay, these are different. It's 0.1. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Outside stays the same. Change your units to inches. Create rectangle, center, and this is was it 2.8? I think it's 2.8 by 4.55. Yeah, 2.8, 4.55, and the inside .93. .4. And the second one .4 tab .93. There we go. So you could just do a new one for those people that have the other one. All you have to do is actually hit up here on the top, that little plus right there. You could do new design and just make a new one for this.